All right. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Man, I tried to get on this 4 hours ago. But there was so much uh, editing that I had to do that it took time. Like I know I came on yesterday around this time, a little earlier, but I came on late, early in the morning. And I will work myself to come on earlier, but hey, I'm here now, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's been my issue though. I've been up all night. Lately I've been up all night and thinking trying to break out of that habit, but I'm going to, however, I'm trying to break out of that habit. However, uh, I'm not losing a free ball, if you know what I mean. Yeah, thank you. So, we're here tonight in my banner, live too long. I'm going to edit that banner because the one I showed on my YouTube channel has more writing on it, where it refers to recovery, transformation, what was the other, and truth. So like I said yesterday, live too long monitor, and also I have another monitor, which is completely raw. That's more on the spirituality side. I mean, it's all spirituality. But tonight I'm just gonna roll with live too long monitor. However, my name is David B. Once again, also known as live too long. So tonight, I don't want to be on here too long tonight, or this morning, because it's so early, it's so late in the evening. Early for you, maybe, late in the evening for me. But we're going to discuss the liminal space. Liminal space in recovery. Liminal space in recovery. For those who are, this message is basically for those who are recovering from alcohol. We are this morning. I can get it all done in 45 minutes, and I talk a lot, so I can do 2 hours. However, I will break this down into clips and we'll clean it out for the very effective looking at Facebook, YouTube, and eventually TikTok and all that. It's editing on that today. So, like I said yesterday, my sobriety date is July 12th. My sobriety date is July 12th, 2007, which means next week I will have accumulated the great divine 19 years. In those 19 years, prior to those 19 years, it took me about 25 to 30 years to actually understand what recovery is all about. I had to I ended up having a very deep and effective spiritual awakening. So, real quick, I did go over the video yesterday that I posted and saw all the mistakes and stuff like that. I'm trying to speak a little clearer. Kind of difficult right now. But it is what it is. We're going to go over it. So, let's talk about the liminal space. Now, I know I've written out a description of the topic, and I don't see it. So let's talk about that. What is the liminal space? The liminal space is basically when you're caught in between not being who you used to be, however, we have not arrived where we want to be. So, in recovery, especially early recovery, that can be in my opinion, a very tricky location or area to navigate. For me, what happened was I experienced a lot of relapse. So I was caught in between all types of external information. And what I mean by that, society, expectations. You know, just those two right there. Brought up in the culture that this is what we do, how we believe in particular culture. This is how we live our lives as in a particular culture, in a black culture. For sure. And for me, dealing with backup, dealing with peer pressure or young adulthood pressure, adulthood pressure, can bring about many distractions. So, by the time that I got to the point, by the time we get to the point to where we're ready to recover, we end up finding ourselves, caught in between so-called no place, no minute. The past won't let us go. The past won't stop reminding us what we have become, and the future seems so far away that it seems impossible for it to happen or to come. In other words, we were hoping. However, I know I was hoping. I was super hoping. But then I played. I wasn't sure. Hope that everyone would die. But one of the things that helped me was going through the book Alcoholics Anonymous and going through the 12-step process to help me start deconstructing and reconstructing what I have become in the world and who I want to be. Even at 19 years, coming upon 19 years, I haven't 18 years of sobriety. There's still a lot of things I have never arrived to do. So this is why when I come on this platform, come on this platform to give, they call that hope, strength, to those out there. So everything right now is still kind of brand new for me as far as getting comfortable being, learning how to speak properly, sound clear in my speech. However, that's what liminal space is. I'm in between the spots. Hey, I remember when I was in early recovery, sometimes even now, certain family members or certain people who have known in the past, they can't believe, or they don't believe that I have recovered from drugs and alcohol. They're always waiting for me to drop the ball. And, to be honest with you, I can always drop the ball at any time. I'm not immune to relapse. That I do. However, I've gotten to the place right now to where my spiritual guide or guide, do for me what I could not do for myself many times. Taking some of the pressure off, or I've learned to take some of the pressure off of the guilt, the shame, that was given upon me, that was placed upon me from society, from family, from religion, that's not something that you just let go easy, because there's a lot of emotional ties involved, and we really don't know if you brought up with a thought of something to be true, and then you get to a point where you may have to let go of some of those things that you thought were true in order to survive, in order to move out of the survival mode and to get on the happy road of destiny and recovery. Is it easy? No. But it's easy than being in that addiction. Life is what it is. Life is what it is. Life shows up. Hey, I've already spoke, 12 minutes? I'm going to share my screen. And what we're going to do, I'm going to dive into the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And just speak on a couple of things, see where it takes me. That's before I got recovered. That's how I got it. Prior 2007, I tried multiple ways and in the 12-step process, I called it, but I hadn't had spiritual awakening that I needed in order to, catapult into another dimension, a fourth dimension. Before we go there, let me go to my notes over here to just discuss some things about the liminal space. To make sure we're there. But I noticed yesterday when I shared my screen, the screen didn't click over. And I'm like, oh, dang it. I'm on it now. So I love ChatGPT. I did a lot of my reels, or I developed a lot of my reels on ChatGPT. That would give me an idea, and then I would train it on it, after I go through meditation, concentration, allow spirit to work in my life to express at that time. Because I'm always down. The problem is that when I download it, am I recording it? Am I saving it? Sometimes I just let it download and I forget about it, and I'm lost. Anyway, go down. You can see right here it says you are, we talked about being in a liminal space between who you were and who you're becoming. So, especially in early recovery, alcohol and substance use, based on the transition from who we were to who we were becoming was beautiful and one hell of a journey. It is uncomfortable being in the liminal space. It is uncomfortable. It is unfamiliar. And there's going to be times when you're going to feel lonely. be at the point where you're going to feel at times no one's understanding. I'm not even understanding. We're not even understanding ourselves as we go through the process. Only thing we know for sure is that I don't want to go back. But then I have to understand to learn. I have to have the power within me, working within me, to keep me from going back. But the mind is constantly calling the mental obsession, the time, always trying to convince me to find some type of excuse or avenue or reason to return. And then once we return, according to the book of Alcoholics Anonymous, we kick off the anonymous craving, the allergy, the physical allergy, after we can see the mind, the mental obsession, and once we take the first pull, the first pop, the first thought, then we off the races. And we don't know when we're off the races, and we don't know when it's back to the beginning or how it's going to be. However, there is the reassurance. There is reassurance while being in the liminal state that we will reach the destination to where we're headed. And if we will reach, hold on, continue to grow, enjoy some life experiences, being sober, continue to be sober in that process, it will change. It will change. Does it change for everyone? No. Some of us can take it, and we're going to read about that. Some of us will take that all the way to the grave. But however, whether we go to the grave or not, there's still going to be a message presented for others to use. I'm going to make it quick. So let me go back. Which we're going to do like sharing the what I'm going to do is to my opinion. So, one of my, check it out. Like, once I was forced, I had to be forced to do a little bit of jail time. I had to attend rehabilitation time, 90 days work. So 90 days in jail, 90 days in rehabilitation over at the Liminal house in Los Angeles. And from that point, I had experienced death of the family. I was a minister, local minister within the community. My drug addiction had exposed me to brought all my dirty deeds into life. My mother passed away in that process. I attended the funeral. I attended the funeral handcuffed, straight up public spectacle. I was in bad shape. You know what I mean? I was in bad shape. However, that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it really woke my ass up. I was able to see. I just had clear vision. You say hindsight is 20/20. Well, at the time, my vision was 20/20. So by by going to the rehabilitation program, I ended up, working with volunteer work there. And then from there, God promoted me to become a counselor in that facility where I stayed there for 5 years. And then I worked for another facility, a couple others, Salvation Army. I also worked for pharmaceutical in West LA. And then from there, I ended up moving from Los Angeles to Dallas, Texas, or Arlington, DFW, which I locate now, and started working in teaching classes for greenhouse, inpatient treatment center, the outpatient treatment center at the Revolution Hotel. And so, many times from Los Angeles to Texas, I was always holding and teaching some type of course, some type of class. Like in Texas, the Revolution Hotel, for sure, each once a week, I always held either a big book study or a 12 and 12. So, back up again, prior to all of that, I was in Los Angeles and cutting my teeth out there. The recovery very, very influential and knowledgeable recovery alcoholic addict. One for sure that was a gentleman who had transitioned, by the name of Ronnie B. And he had a particular handbook that we would use at big book study and break down every line, that was in the big book and try to get a clear understanding of what it was actually the big book was actually saying. So it was very beneficial to me into my recovery, so that as time went on, I had evolved. Like I said yesterday, I had evolved in a lot of ways in my recovery process. I don't go to a lot of meetings today, but I will show up. But I don't rely on them anymore like I used to. And that, I just don't. However, I still get connected. I do stay connected with some people on recovery, and I want to take it from here. But my spiritual awakening is so deeply effective to where, I just keep going. However, if I'm just talking, I love Alcoholics Anonymous people. So what we're going to do is frame it up real quick. We're talking about the liminal state. Being in between who I used to be and who I'm trying to be in my recovery. Or I used to be and who I'm trying to get to in my recovery. And some of the things that we can talk about, one of the things that can help us refresh our memory, what I used to be, and what I'm trying to get to in that dead space, if you will. I want to talk a couple of paragraphs about chapter 3, more about alcoholism. One of the things I love about Alcoholics Anonymous is that, you don't want to get hung up on the wording. Alcohol, substance abuse, all the same. It's a drug. It's still, it's still connected to the same thing, which is mental obsession, phenomenal craving of the body, mental craving, and spiritual malady. Mental obsession, physical craving, phenomenal craving, physical craving, spiritual malady. So in order to come from the liminal state of being where I used to be, these couple of paragraphs to help. So it talks about most of us, are reading about more about alcoholism and more about drugs. Everyone gets down. However you got down, it's like it. Most of us have been unwilling to admit that we were real alcoholics or addicts. No person, nobody likes to think being bodily and mentally different from his fellows or from the people that he's associated with and we are associated. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers, smoking careers, popping pill careers, gambling careers, whatever you'll get there in one or in, have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove that we can get loaded, that we can drink, that we can smoke, that we can pop, that we can pull like everybody else. I see that all the time. Let's put a pin right there, right here. How was the 4th of July weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Yeah, don't get nervous. It's real. How was your weekend? For some of us. Did you drink a little bit too much? Did you cough a little bit too much? Did you slam? Did you wake up? I got old feeling like, man, I got to be better than this. I got to be better than this. I got to do it again. But it may be an experience of it. Maybe you had a good time to get control or work or were not able to control, but no matter whatever happened, you could not. When you woke up in the morning, let's go through the ritual. Get our head together, and get something to eat, and get a little more. Let me get a little more. Some more sleep. Let me get some more sleep. Goes back to the reading. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers, that our using careers, that our careers are getting higher. What we're doing, we're building a career. It may not seem like it right now. Careers change. Name one career where it stays the same. From the time that you started to the time that it ends. It changes. And the trick or the key is that we have to change within that career, or we have to navigate through the career in order to survive. Back in the day, the Los Angeles Lakers Showtime era, they had a sports announcer by the name of Chick Hearn, who would always say, mustard fell off the hot dog. That's his way of saying Lakers are doing too much, they made too many mistakes, showboating too much, and they're about to lose the game. Or, vice versa, that the kids were so bad that the game is over and the mustard's off the hot dog, the eggs are cooling, the butter is getting hard, the jello is jiggling. Come on, man, I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. But, however, yeah, how was your weekend? Go back to the reading. So it says the idea that somehow, someday, that we will control or be high is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker, user, popper, whoever, popper, abnormal. It says the persistence of this illusion to what? To get loaded like everybody else. The illusion is astonishing. Here goes. Many people, or many, pursue it into the gates of insanity or to the grave. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. the persistence. I gotta get it right. I gotta prove to myself and to other people I can get down like everyone else. The illusion is so persistent that it is dying. Millions today. In the past, the students engaged in science. Here's the last paragraph. We learned that we had to fully conceive our innermost self that we were. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion. We went from illusion down to a delusion. See what the words mean? Come up. Do research. I can tell you. Do some research. The delusion that we are like other people, or especially maybe, has to be smashed. Has to be smashed. I heard that phrase for so many years. And one day it started. This right here. We have Alcoholics Anonymous, and there's a copyright. We have Alcoholics Anonymous know thousands of men and women who were once just open as the founders, one of the co-founders of Alcoholics Anonymous. It says nearly they're all have become. They have solved the issue. So when we're in this liminal space, when we're in this liminal space, in between, in no man's land, in between changing from who we used to be and waiting for God to do a little bit of work within ourselves, put in the footwork, to become the person that we understand to be and getting back to track. Step one, we admitted we were powerless, that our lives had to put on that. Can't believe power in ourselves to restore the system. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to God as we understood. Made a search of the food for inventory of ourselves. So on and so on and so on. So, just hang on in there. You know what I mean? Hang in there. Continue to take up and down. It can, it does get better. It can and it will get easier. I mean, there was a point, I remember my early recovery, I wouldn't not go around anyone that was loaded. Because I wasn't sure if there, I had been through so many, I had so many relapses. Because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I could take the reins. I wasn't sure. But I knew from where I came from, I was in that state, in an early recovery state, 1 to 5 years. Early recovery, I thought that early recovery sat in 1 to 5 years. Then you have mid recovery, then you have late recovery. But however, no matter the length of time, we still have to continue to be in around recovery. And we evolve. We digress. We'll play with the fire. We'll let our fence long enough to where we'll come to our senses and get back on track. It happens. And what I mean by that, dealing with our characteristics, things that things that sometimes there's a saying, and I still use it, that there may be some things in my life that I do that may get you loaded. I may be doing some things in my life that'll get you loaded. And vice versa. You may be doing some things in your life that will get me loaded. We all have our own parameters and boundaries of what we can't handle and what we can't not handle. What we want to let go and what we don't want to let go. And I'm going to let go of everything. You know what I mean? So we can just do better. So now, of course, I'm not going to go into trap house, rock house, and things. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure they still exist. I know trap house. But I have no need to go to trap house, rock house. Very seldom. I don't go to bars, country clubs anymore. I'm not going there. But at that time, I have learned. Let me share this one time. Back in LA, before I really got off track, got deeply involved in my addiction, I would go to strip club. I would walk in barbecue to one of my favorite spots. So some time had went by where I fell off the grid. In my addiction after that, I fell off the grid because I wasn't thinking about things. But in my early recovery, doing better, I'm feeling better. I think I'm clean for a year. I had 11 months clean, maybe a year clean. I just purchased a new car. I'm out just driving around and cruising and stuff. I go back in the old neighborhood and back in Los Angeles, and I came across the strip club that I was hanging out with. I parked my car and I went inside. So I'm going in and enjoying myself, right? But I'm not going to drink. So I was straight on it. I'm not going to drink. I just want to hang out in the environment. I want to see some booty clapping and all that stuff, right? So I go in this club and notice, like, I'm coming here, this is kind of raggedy. Oh, go to the bar. They ask me, what do you want to drink? Give me a 7-Up. I take a 7-Up. I cost like $6. Damn. I took another one. $12, right? Man, this woman came by, man, in an outfit. I saw that outfit. I said to myself, you have to go. If you don't go, it's a good possibility that you're going to be like, I relapse. I'm going to get my probation, I'm going to get my employment, right back where I came from while I'm in that little state of becoming something different and leaving where I came from. And that was back in 2009. And I haven't gone to place like that since. So, that someone else would walk in that building and come out loaded. And I'm just using that as an example. could be some things. That's why you can't get caught up on what other people do, how they work in recovery. Because what they're doing, that's what's working for them. You have to find out what works for you. That's why the process is such a great deconstruction tool. Deconstructing to what? From all religions, certain religious beliefs, not all, certain, standing up on our own. A lot of times, we have to learn how to stand on our own when it comes to our own religious beliefs. Not what mama used to do, not what daddy used to do, auntie used to do, sisters and brothers, whoever. We have to learn how to stand on our own, because at the end of the day, when a relapse occurs, only person is there is us. Oh yeah, we'll affect other people, we'll affect the loved ones, and that's why when we're in between that dead state and the liminal state, you may have certain family members, you may have certain employers, you may have, society come off what you used to be part of. And you know what I mean? Or he, constantly, any little mistake that you mimic and take them all the way back to their time, or how we expect them. That's why the case in our step is so powerful as well when we start dealing with forgiveness and the end. But that is a learning process. That is a great moment process. That's why you see right here, lies take too long. Drug addiction is nothing but a big old lie, but we can't see it until we see it. Oh, it starts off wrong. It starts off in drugs. I have some hell of a experience under the influence. Trust me. I have experienced some Hollywood star type of events. And in the day, smoke clean. Then I was able to see. I was able to see the damage. Hold on while you're in that liminal state. It gets better. Things in life for me right now is not where I want it to be. I'm still in a liminal state in this chapter of my recovery. I'm in between. When I'm clear, drink up, pop, ain't gonna be shit for me. Make things work. And a lot of people, they think I'm naive in certain ways, or too kind in other ways. I don't crash at a lot. I don't crash. Too old to be crash. A lot of people. Don't you notice? Very negative, selfish type of individual. In my recovery, I'm still selfish. Oh yeah. If it's going to affect my sobriety, I'm selfish as hell. No, I'm not be here. I'm not going there. wheels fall off, the wheels fall off. So, you're not tripping, you're not crazy, you're not misunderstood, or where you may be when you're dealing with the liminal state. You do the research, you walk the path, you establish your new foundation. And the help that you're receiving right now, some of the help will stay with you to the end of your time here. Some of them will move on. It's just part of the process. There are people who I no longer associate with. Things, times have changed. It's coming. Like Tupac used to sing, keep your head up. So, that's it for me. 47 minutes, not bad. I'm super short. I was on yesterday for a little over an hour. I'm going to continue to come on so I can get comfortable and feel that comfortable. On this platform right here, I'm all about deconstructing. Whatever needs to be deconstructed. I'm also dealing with deconstructing from Christianity and religion as far as, just reevaluating, helping people who want to reevaluate their perspective and the faith that they are. That, every some days I will come on talking about sobriety. Every other day I will come on sobriety. Condition at work. That takes a little more detail outline. Because that conversation will trigger an individual in order to, I believe, get the point for them to see what they're finding to accept what they're seeing within their own self and how they're feeling about that. It's not a popular path for discussion. It's separate. Isolate. Or otherwise, it puts you in a different liminal state. It puts us in, or it puts you in a different liminal state. So, I got in recovery for good in 2007. I was a minister. I thought I was saved. As time went on, I just started seeing things that wasn't registering for me internally. All kinds of stuff started really constant stuff for things started unraveling. In a good way, nothing bad. No one taking me mad or anything like that. It's just one day I woke up with a different kind of feeling. I heard something, it triggered something in my soul and my spirit that put me in the path. And so then when I tried to share, hey, check this out. People didn't want to hear it happen. What are you talking about? I know the difference. You come on a drug addiction, or any addiction, but you come on an addiction or drug addiction that affects your life, that destroys your life. You know the difference. Oh no, no. Sometimes we got to fight to hold that ground. That means mama might be put on the back burner, family might be put on the back burner, certain employees and friends put on the back burner, but the bottom line is, I've been in hell before. I can you, anybody else, put me in that position to experience hell again. The only person that can put me back in that hell is myself. I can connect it. That power greater than myself that is within me. Y'all too busy trying to find God on the outside. I was confusing God with emotionalism. That emotionalism runs out eventually. I need that living water, real. Drinking out of that cup puts you in the position, like I said yesterday, throwing that Bobby Womack to him. Think you lonely now? Okay. Old folks used to sing back in the day, never alone. But there's still some truth in there. And the old folks and ancestors, there's some truth in there, even though there may have been some misperceptions and misunderstandings, didn't have the information like you got it now. Because with the internet, you can just find, whoa. You can have your own Bible. Just like being on the internet, getting your Bible, getting the internet, break it down the coordinates or whatever. What about metaphysical? Dealing with metaphysical, other type of science, philosophies, or science, knowledge, topics. I got a book, man. I'm gonna pull this book out, man. It's called Historical Conception of the Egyptian History of the outside. When he starts talking about certain scholars talking about who certain early actually really were in the Bible. That's the Bible. If divine ancestors say the same, I will definitely the divine source says the same. And I hope to bring that out for years. But anyway, we're here 55 minutes. I'm not going to do an hour. Come out right now. Just, once again, understand where you are. You're in that space. It may seem uncomfortable. You're in the right place. Left, right. to the vine and being itself in peace